You look like you're set for show business.
Let me see how my hair looks. All right, whatever.
That's fine. Okay, now, what is your name and where are you from?
Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm from New Jersey, but I live in New York. You know, when I was in New Jersey, I had two choices, the convent or the country club, the Virgin Mary or the Bloody Mary, but I took the artist way, like a lot of girls did in the 80s and 90s, and came to New York City. So now I live over there on the east side.
What were some game changers in your life?
Some game changers. Ooh, I like it. I like you're going right to it.
Yes.
One of the biggest ones was when I started, when I met Johnny Thunders from the New York Dolls.
Oh, yeah?
And we were like big rock and roll fans, and we followed him like till the end of his life. And this film here, I'm hoping to see if these were throwaway cameras. This is how we took pictures. So this is all mysterious, like, you know, like mysterious content I found at the bottom of my refrigerator to get processed in the East Village.
Great. Are you going to post those on the internet?
I don't know. It depends what's in them. I don't know what's in them. That was a game changer. 9/11 was a game changer.
How did that change your lifestyle?
9/11?
Yeah. Were you living life differently?
Well, actually, these could be photos. Well, I had a job and then it ended, and then it was 9/11. So I thought I'd leave the city and like become a normal person and have a regular life, but that didn't work out. I ended up trying to get out, but then I stayed here and did more artistic stuff. And then, and now it's COVID, and I made a movie about behind the mask, the story of COVID. I had a live comedy show, then I took it on Zoom, and now somebody else is kind of doing it. And but in New York now it's tougher in the sense that even I came here to get a sense of some art, some gentle feeling, because people are very rough. I feel it's about money, money, money. Like now, when there's a tragedy, people with money swoop in and take advantage. They buy the properties and whatever. And after 9/11, the rents went up, and then now it's probably going to be the same. And it's like not as like gentle a town, but like people talk about it like, oh yeah, we're all cool and like we're all relaxed. But when you're like, I was just in the East Village and I went to the like herb store and they were like so mean to me, and I left.
So bad customer service?
Well, they're like too cool, you know, like they just wanted to like
buy something or
no, they were the people working there, they didn't want to talk to me. They wanted to be on the phone about someone whose dog was sick, and I'm like right here in their store like asking a question.
Did you leave without buying anything?
Yeah, I did. I haven't had to buy anything today because people are very like not interested in customer service at all, like at all, to the point where they're kind of like make you feel bad for going in their store. So I don't go in stores.
Yeah, I get that feeling sometimes.
You
too.
do?
Yeah, all the time.
And all the cool shops closed down on Fifth Avenue. They're like, oh, you do? That's nice to know. I don't shop online, so I'm screwed. But Barnes & Noble's still cool, so that's good. I bought a book.
Yeah, I don't really
they had
like
a tennis.
stuff.
What? No.
I don't really like buying
yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
I know what you mean. I just took a lot of stuff out.
Because if you get burnt once, like, you know, you're probably not going to want to go back out there.
Well,
unless you need to buy something like a hammer or a screwdriver.
Right, right. But in the building, my building, if you go downstairs, people throw away everything. So I'll like need something, and sure enough, I'll go downstairs and someone will have just thrown it out. Right. Or on 14th Street on the east side on the weekend, there's stuff all on the sidewalk. They're selling, just so you know. Yeah. Everything you could ever want. Toothpaste, hand cream, screwdrivers, cassette tapes. I just threw away a lot of those. That's it. I'm kind of boring. I'm just like a regular 90s girl.
Okay, so where can we find some of your work online?
Like everywhere, I guess. I'm going to be in a reading too, but my last name is B-O-R-U-C-H, like Baruch College with an O, and my first name is C-A-T-H-I-E. I hate to do this, but I'll do it. And like, look, you guys, this is a heart. I took this picture. I take pictures of hearts, but I made this. I was going to give it to somebody, and I mean, I will, but my show was called 10 Penny Comedy Show, but you can look up my name, just C-A-T-H-I-E, and then boruch, like Baruch College with an O. But
you want to show the back of this shirt too?
well, I don't know what it says. I made all different.
It has an email address or something, anything like that?
Yeah, I got an Instagram. I love my Instagram. It's so cute. And then I started to do some fun TikTok, like just a few.
Right.
I love it because I love to dance and I love things. So I got an Instagram, 10 Penny Comedy Show, and my name, and a couple other ones. I take style pictures and different things happening in town. I'm always out taking a picture and talking to people. And yeah, like, see I follow the music. I'm very old school. Like if I go in a store or if I go somewhere, I just stay there because I hear music. And it's like I had a joke, like I love music so much, like I can't even get out of an elevator when they have like the music, or if there's a drive-by, I like follow the car, you know. But then I'm still like a single girl in New York, like everyone from my generation, and but I figured out.
Never been married?
Not really. So I figured out what's missing.
What advice do you have for the folks out there?
Well, get some standards. When you want that guy, you have to develop standards.
What are your standards?
Make sure the guy has a job, an apartment with an address, no squatters, a mailing address, and a first and last name. Okay, that's where I mixed it up with all the artists I dated. They'd be like, "What do you mean?" When I ask their name, they're like, "What do you mean a name? My name is a sensation." Are you trying to blindfold my manhood and strangle my chi? My essence needs to be free to flow, to pierce through the collective unconscious where it oozes out of me effortlessly while I rock the minds of millions. My artist was the rock star, but not the arena rock star. It was the punk rock star, because like that's all I could afford. They were like an indigenous species in the Lower East Side. Like they literally grew out of the cracks in the sidewalk. Like you couldn't walk 2 feet without tripping over a punk rocker, squatting next to his pit bull, fighting over who gets to wear the dog collar. But like, basically, I'll save you time. Dating a 45-year-old punk's the equivalent of dating a 145-year-old man, like they age in dog years. Like the drugs are not a preservative. And they can be very arrogant and obnoxious. Like this one guy actually had a tattoo of a chip on his shoulder. That's my best. That's my favorite joke.
He's looking for a wife too. What advice do you have for him?
You're looking for a wife? You're in New York? Now? It seems like you can't walk 2 feet without bumping into a rich single girl on a trust fund. I don't know. I guess I would get a job as a messenger. You know why? Because you get to every... I said this, like, don't go on the dating apps because the people reject you. But who are they not going to reject? The guy delivering the food to their apartment. So the messengers, delivery men, they get to every door. The top doors. It's a good job, right? DoorDash or something?
Okay, so how did you get into show business?
I didn't get into it. Oh God, look at that baby. When you come to New York, the minute you step on this island, you're in show business, baby. It's on. They've got security cameras, people have their phones, everything. You've got to be creative to survive here.
What do you think about all these young folks coming out here? So they want to become actors and musicians. What do you think about that? Because I get a lot of people on this channel who say, I'm going to be an actor, I'm going to be a rapper.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys think about that?
Well, we're in the Village, so maybe they're going to NYU, but like, when I came to New York, I did not say that. I had a job. I had a full-time job, and the apartment, I lived with like, you know, a bunch of people. But I was interviewing people older than me in rock bands, old 70s rock stars and all kinds of people. And they had said something funny to me. They all used to live near each other in the East Village, and they're like, no, we didn't have a phone. They didn't even have a phone because it was cheap. Their phone bill was higher than their rent. And that's when phone bills were like $50, okay? But it was dangerous. But nobody, you know, those...
Phone bills are still high now.
Well, now they're higher. Yeah. But people that I knew, like Philip Seymour Hoffman and like that, the bottom line was you have to create your own work. They created their theater and it blew up. And you work with directors you like and it blows up. The same with musicians. They just create their own bands. Bands I know, they did it as a dare, like, hey, I'll do performance art as a band, and then they get signed on record labels. And I don't know what kids are doing now, but I think they're doing stuff which is super awesome. Like, it almost feels like what you imagined is becoming to fruition. Like maybe like the people who had their kids are like doing like the next level. Like what do you call it when you take a phone and you upgrade it? Like people are just upgrading.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't keep, like, it kind of burnt, like, I heard this thing called Clubhouse, and it was it was like Instagram talking, like, everybody was talking, and they were all billionaires, and they knew everything, but I was kind of like, I want to be on the planet, you know, because for the rest of my life, like, you know, I hear, great outfit.
Did you say you were an actor?
I do acting. Yeah, I do plays, one-woman shows, Downtown Mermaid. I'm in a mermaid in the New York Post. I sat on the East River.
Can you do a New York accent?
New York?
Yes.
Well, I'm from Jersey. I'm a Jersey girl.
Jersey accent. Oh, let me ask you the next question. You answer it in Jersey. Okay, where were you coming from before you came to this park?
I went for a run to develop my film, and then I was just so happy to be outside. And my friend Marky Ainello, God rest his soul, he grew up down here. He's a real old school New Yorker. He knew everyone in rock and roll. He, you know, from the top of the Chelsea Hotel to the bottom of the Bowery, you name it. And he passed away suddenly last weekend. And so I'm really, really sad. And so I came out, and when I saw these candles here, I thought, oh, they're doing that for Marky. I wish I could do something for him. So you gave me a chance to say, because he would always say, you love everyone. Be happy. And like if you go and perform, have a good time. He would always give me advice, like I'd go, oh, this girl's doing that, and he'd be like, you know what Bowie said to so and so, or something like that. He'd be like, he said it doesn't matter who does it, it's who does it better. Or he would always give me these one-liners, you know, the passing it down. So I don't know. I'm not. It doesn't matter who does it better, and have a good time. Maybe I'm passing that down to you from him. That would be great.
Okay, where are you going once you leave this park?
I'm going to the Avenue A.
Oh,
Avenue A, baby!
Right? Okay. How much more time do you have?
Not much. I gotta get...
Not much? Okay, now you want to plug all your social media right now?
I don't have anything on.
You have your YouTube or no?
Oh, online. My phone is dead.
Online.
Oh, online.
Where can we find you?
Oh, just Google me.
Just Google you?
Yeah, just Google me.
Okay. Any final words for you? Anything that I didn't touch upon that you wanted to share with us?
Oh, what would I share? Well, the late Johnny.
What can we expect to see from you in terms of your performance?
Me?
Yeah.
Well.
Or your future endeavors online channels.
Okay,
videos,
guys, this is my dream is to get on a show like with one of my idols, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey.
Are they still in New York?
Yeah, well, they're in and out, but they're still doing shows, and I've had some like self-tape auditions. Oh my God, which is a whole new thing.
Yes.
So to be on a show with one of those girls, like the top, Lauren Michaels, I mean, it would be that would be amazing. So
Saturday Night Live.
Well, I might be a little older for that, but just any kind of...
You could be like behind the scenes too, right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm everywhere all the time, like Batman.
Yeah.
I'd like to, you know, I always said I want to be like, you could be single in New York or single in LA. In New York, it's like Friend, you know, like Friend. I used to have this joke, like Jennifer, like when you're single in New York, it's like you're on an episode of Friends, except my show would be called Friend because I live by myself. But in LA, you're like Angelina Jolie in like Tomb Raider. She's got I want a scientist, a butler, and a mansion.
So you already plugged your Instagram, right?
My Instagram is Cathie boruch.
Yes.
My Instagram's great.
What can we find on there?
Oh, it's just great. Every
Pictures
day.
of the city?
I take
outdoor shots, indoor shots?
I take pictures of everything. The city, rock and roll, like what I'm feeling. I just love my Instagram. I'm really proud of it. I don't do it on purpose. It's just I don't have anyone to talk to, so I talk to people into the void with pictures.
Okay, do I have your permission to put this on the internet?
This?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.